Hi friend, today we are crocheting the Rosebud Mist Ruana. This Ruana uses a mix of the gorgeous puff stitches and an airy mesh stitch. The name Rosebud Mist comes from the soft romantic feel of rosebuds in the early morning light. The hazy floral mood has inspired this design. It is made in one piece from side to side. The written pattern has been linked below and is made for bust sizes 28 inches to 70 inches. In this video, I'll be demonstrating the medium size. I will show you how you can adjust the pattern for all sizes, but it is best followed along with the written pattern. So this pattern has a lot of customizations. You can either leave the sides open or seam them closed for a more cardigan style look. You can add fringes, and I know all of you love pockets, so I have added two types of pockets in the written pattern, and for this tutorial I will demonstrate one in detail. This is a step-by-step beginner friendly tutorial. Hi friend, I'm Aki, the person who designs all the patterns that you see on Let's All Crochet. I just wanted to say that you can join the Let's All Crochet newsletter. The QR code is on the screen and the link is also in the description box below so that you don't miss any more patterns by me. And for this video, I have something super exciting. For the first time ever, if you are an aspiring designer, I have filmed the behind the scenes of how I designed this Ruana. I go over all the steps and all the decisions that I made while designing this Ruana and how I sized it for multiple sizes. I have left the link in the description box below. Now let's continue. So let's talk about the material that we need to crochet this Ruana. We are going to need a weight 5 or a chunky or a bulky weight yarn. So you can see it's a nice thick yarn. We're going to use this so this Ruana works up fast. The puff stitches will take a little bit of time, but because of the weight of the yarn and all the mesh stitches, this Ruana can work up even in a weekend. I will leave the names of the suggested yarns in the description box below along with the amount needed for all sizes because you all are always asking me how much yarn is needed. The other material that we need is a 6.5mm or a K-size crochet hook, scissors, measuring tape, a tapestry needle and some stitch markers. So we are going to use this to attach the pocket to our Ruana when it's time. Now let's begin. So let me explain the schematic for this Ruana. We have two front panels separated by a neck. So front 1, front 2 separated by a neck. And then we have a back panel. But all this is made in one piece. So what we are going to do is we are going to start chaining sideways like this, the front and the back panel. So it will be a very long chain. Once we chain this, we will work the rows for the front and the back panel till we reach the neck. At the neck, we are going to continue only working the back panel. So we will make the rows like this. Once we reach here, we are going to add a chain for this second front panel. I will show you how to do this. It's very easy. And then we are going to continue in rows the front and the back panel again till we finish the Ruana. This is what our Ruana will look like. So there will be a gap for the neck in the center. This also has many customizations like you know. So we have the option for two types of pockets and you can decide which pocket you want to add. We can also close up the sides and give this a cardigan like look, and we can also add fringes if we want to our Ruana. Like I said, I'm going to make a size medium for this tutorial, but I will show you how to make adjustments to your size. You will choose your bust size in the written pattern and follow the instructions for it. You will make your swatch now. We're going to begin with a slip knot and we can make this however we want. Now we will chain. I am going to chain 164 for a knee length size medium Ruana with fringes. This will be about 30 inches in length from the shoulder to the end of the Ruana. We're just going to chain this entire front and back panel. You can chain any even number. So to chain, I'm going to yarn over and then pull through. Yarn over and then pull through. We're going to continue chaining and I will meet you once we finish. So I've finished making my chain. Let's begin row 1. This is a single crochet row. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook. The loop on the hook is not a chain. This is the first chain. Skip this, and in the second chain, I'm going to insert my hook into the top loop, yarn over and then pull through. We have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and then pull through both. So this is our first single crochet. Single crochet in the next chain. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both. Single crochet in this next chain. So we're going to make a single crochet in every chain or every V that we see till the end of this row, and I will meet you once we finish. So I've reached the end of the row. I have made a single crochet in the last chain. If I count all my single crochet, I have 163. Now the stitch count is going to remain the same in all the rows till we reach the neck rows. Let's go to row 2. Row 2. Chain 1 and then turn your work. So yarn over and then pull through and then turn your work. So this is a puff stitch row. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is the chain 1 we just made. We are not going to work into this. And this V that you see, this is the first stitch. We are going to work into this. Now we are going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch in this first stitch. So insert your hook below both the loops of your V. Yarn over and then pull through. We have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through both. This is our single crochet, and we are also going to make a puff stitch in the same stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. So you can see this is the long loop. We are going to do this 2 more times. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. So if you count all the loops, you're going to have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We're going to yarn over now and pull through only the first 6. So you can hold the last loop with your finger, pull through the first 6. Now we have 2 loops left on our hook. We're going to yarn over and then pull through the last 2. So we have made our very first puff stitch. After this, we're going to skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch again. So this is the next stitch, skip it, and in this next stitch, we're going to insert a hook below both the loops of the V, make a single crochet first, and now make a puff stitch in the same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. So we have 7 loops now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over, pull through the first 6 only. Now we have 2 loops left on our hook. Yarn over and pull through the last 2. So our repeat pattern for this row is very simple. We are going to skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch we will make a single crochet and a puff stitch. So we have worked in this stitch, skip the next stitch, and in this next stitch we will make a single crochet first and then a puff stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a long loop. Yarn over, pull through only 6. We have 2 loops left, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So continue doing this till you reach the end of the row. Skip the next stitch, single crochet and then puff stitch in the next stitch. So I will meet you at the end of this row, at the very last stitch. So I have reached the end of row 2. I have made a single crochet and a puff stitch in this stitch, and I have 2 stitches left, this one and this one. At the side here is the chain 1 that we skipped. So we are going to skip the second last stitch, and in this very last stitch we are going to insert a hook below both the loops of the V and just make a single crochet, no puff stitch. So we are going to end the row with a single crochet. So if we count our stitches, they are going to be the same number as row 1, and you can see this is the back of our puff stitches. Now let's go to row 3. We are going to chain 1 and then turn our work, yarn over and then pull through and then turn your work. So you can see the front of the puff stitches here. Row 3 is also a puff stitch row. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. Skip this chain 1, and this is our very first stitch that we will work into. So we are going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch in this very first stitch. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V. So this is our single crochet, and now we will make our puff stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull up a long loop. So we have 7 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over, hold the last one, pull through the first 6. We have 2 loops left, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So we already know how to make the puff stitch. Let's go to the repeat pattern for this row. So you can see this is a long V, and then we have a smaller V. Then we have a longer V, and then we have a smaller V. So the longer V is the puff stitch and the smaller V is the single crochet. So we're going to skip this long V, and in the next small V, which is a single crochet, we're going to make a single crochet and then a puff stitch. It's a very simple pattern. We're just going to skip one stitch after this, and in the next stitch we're going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch. We're going to skip the next stitch, and in this next stitch, which is a single crochet, we're going to make a single crochet and then a puff stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over, pull through 7, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So if we want, we can just turn our work always to see the longer loops belong to the puff stitches. The slightly shorter ones are the single crochet. Skip the puff stitch, and in the single crochet, we're going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch. So I will meet you at the end of this row. So I've reached the end of row 3. I've made a single crochet and a puff stitch in this stitch, and I have 2 stitches left, this stitch and this stitch. At the side here, we have our chain 1. So in the second last stitch, this is the puff stitch, we do nothing, we skip it, and in the very last stitch, we insert a hook below both the loops of the V and make a single crochet. So at the end of row 3, what you can do is take a stitch marker and just mark one of the puff stitches. This is the right side. So the puff stitches cannot be seen very clearly. What we will do is just push them like this with our fingers to the right side. So every time you need to push, you can just see where the stitch marker is and you will push towards that side. So once you push them, the puff stitches will be seen clearly. Let's go to row 4. We're going to chain 1 and then turn our work. Yarn over and pull through and turn. Row 4 is a single crochet row. The loop on the hook, not a stitch. This is our chain 1. We're not going to work into this. And this is our very first single crochet. We're going to make a single crochet in it. Insert your hook. And in this next stitch, we're going to insert a hook again, make a single crochet. In the very next stitch, insert your hook, single crochet. In the next stitch. So if you can't see the stitches, you can always turn your work and search for the V at the top of the work. Larger puff stitch and the smaller single crochet. So I will meet you at the end of this row. So I've reached the end of the row, and I just want to show you the last stitch so that you don't miss it. If you turn your work, you can see that this is the very last V. At the side here, we have our chain 1 stitch. Insert your hook below both the loops of the very last V and make a single crochet to end this row. If you count all the single crochet, they're going to be the same as row 1. So while you're working the pattern, some of the puff stitches might pop out on the wrong side again. So you're just going to push them to the right side. Row 5, we're going to chain 4 and then turn our work. Yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3 and 4, and now we are going to turn our work. So this is our mesh row. We are going to skip this first single crochet, skip the second single crochet, and in this third single crochet we will make a double crochet. So this chain 4 counts as a double crochet, the first chain 3 and then a chain 1. So skip this first single crochet, skip the second single crochet, and in this third single crochet we are going to make a double crochet. To make a double crochet, we are going to yarn over, insert a hook below both the loops of the V, yarn over and then pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops first and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So now let's go to the repeat pattern for this row. We're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch we will make a double crochet. Yarn over first, skip this, in this next stitch insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Let's do this again. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and make a double crochet in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook and make a double crochet. The repeat pattern is very simple. Like I said, we're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Continue doing this till the end of the row and I will meet you at the last stitch. So I've reached the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left, this one and this one. At the side here we have our chain 1. So we're going to chain 1, skip the second last stitch, and in the last single crochet I'm going to insert my hook below both the loops of the V and make a double crochet. And this is the end of row 5. Row 6, we're going to chain 4 and then turn our work. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make a double crochet in this next double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook below both the loops of the V and make your double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1 and make a double crochet in this next double crochet. So the repeat pattern is very simple. We're going to chain 1 and make a double crochet in the next double crochet. Continue doing this till you reach the end of the row and I will meet you at the last stitch. So I've reached the very last double crochet, made a double crochet in it. I'm going to chain 1 and now this is my first chain 4, chain 1, 2, 3 and 4 at the top. So in this very third chain, I'm going to make the double crochet to end this row. So yarn over, insert your hook into the third chain and make a double crochet. So this is the end of row 6. So now you may start noticing these puff rows are tending to spread out and the mesh rows are tending to come together. This is completely normal because of the difference in the stitches. What we can do is keep our hand very loose while making the mesh stitch. If you feel like it is just too tight, you can also step up a hook size. So you can go to a 7mm size hook and later we will block this so the mesh pattern will spread out and show nicely and the puff stitches and the mesh pattern will look good together. So from now on, I'm just going to repeat row 6 for pattern till we have 16 rows in all. We have already made 4 rows here and we are going to make 12 mesh rows. So we made a single crochet, a puff stitch and a single crochet row. These are 4 rows and we will make 12 mesh stitch rows. So we will have 16 in all. I will show you how to adjust this pattern now if you want to make it in a larger or smaller size. So we made this first row of puff stitches here. You can see this is my symbol for puff stitches. I'm so sorry for my very bad drawing. And then we are going to make the mesh stitch rows in the middle and at this end of the panel, of the front panel, we are going to have puff rows again. So the mesh rows in the middle is what we will adjust for size. So I am making 12 for a size medium. If you want a wider ruana, you're going to make more rows. Now you want to remember to keep these mesh rows an even number. I have 12 mesh rows. You can have 14, 16, as many as you want as long as it is an even number. The written pattern will tell you exactly how many rows to make for all the sizes. So what you can do is just try this on your shoulder and see how wide it is and decide how many mesh rows you want to add. So I will meet you once you finish this mesh section. So I'm just going to repeat row 6 once with you. We're going to chain 4, turn our work. Make a double crochet in this next double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet in the next double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet in the next double crochet. Continue doing this till you reach the end of the row and I will meet you there. I've reached the end of the row, made a double crochet in the last double crochet. I'm going to chain 1 and then double crochet in the third chain of this chain 4. And this is the end of the row. So you can see I've made 3 mesh rows. I'm going to make more till I have 12 in all and I will meet you once we finish. You can make as many as you want. They must be an even number. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm making a small sample. So I have made 4 mesh rows, which is an even number, and now I'm going to continue making the puff rows. So I just want to show you again. We're going to make these 2 puff rows now and they're going to run all over the front and the back panel. So let's do this together. We're going to make a single crochet row first. Chain 1 and then turn your work. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is the chain 1. We're not going to crochet into it, and this is the first double crochet. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V and make a single crochet. Single crochet in this space. So just insert your hook into the space and make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next double crochet. So in this row, in every space that we see and in every double crochet, we're going to make one single crochet. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. We made a single crochet in the space, single crochet in the double crochet. Continue till you reach the end of the row and I will meet you there. So I've reached the end of the row, made a single crochet in the last double crochet. Now we're just going to insert a hook into this space and make a single crochet. So insert a hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to find the third chain of this chain 4 and make a single crochet. 1, 2 and 3. The fourth chain is hidden below the single crochet. So insert a hook into the third chain and make a single crochet. And this is the end of the row. If we count our single crochet, we're going to have the same number as row 1. So after the single crochet row, we're just going to repeat row 2 and 3 of the puff rows here. So they're exactly the same. Let me just show you. We're going to chain 1, turn our work. Begin working from this first single crochet. We're going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Pull through 6, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Skip the next stitch, in the next stitch, single crochet and puff stitch. Continue till the end of the row and we're going to end with a single crochet in the very last stitch. So I will meet you there. Let's make the next puff row. Chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to start by making a single crochet and puff stitch in this very first single crochet. Single crochet, then puff stitch. Skip the next stitch. In the next stitch, we will make a single crochet and puff stitch again. So we're going to continue doing this till the end of the row and I will meet you once we finish. End this row with a single crochet in the last stitch. Now we are just going to push all the puff stitches to the right side. We know the right side because we have marked it with the stitch marker at the beginning of the pattern. So we can easily just push all our puff stitches to the right side. So this is what our panel looks like right now. We have made both the front and the back. So up till here. Now we have reached the neck. So let me show you how we are going to work the neck but only for the back and not the front. So we are going to add a stitch marker now to demarcate the front and the back. What we can do is just fold this in half and add a stitch marker, but this is not enough. Then we are going to count and make sure we have the same number of stitches on this side and the stitch marker lies exactly in the center. In the written pattern, I tell you exactly which stitch to put the stitch marker in. It will be different for all the sizes and the length. So depending on whether you're making a mid-thigh or a knee length ruana. So once we do this, once we add the stitch marker to the stitch, we're going to start crocheting again from the same end that we had left off with the same working yarn. So you're going to make single crochet till we have an odd number and we are going to end before the stitch marker. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. Chain 1 and then turn your work. This is a single crochet row. So we're going to make a single crochet from the first single crochet in all the stitches. So you're going to make single crochets till the stitch marker if you have the pattern. If you don't have the pattern, you're going to continue making single crochets till before the stitch marker. So I have an odd number of single crochet. If I count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So I have 13 single crochet and I'm going to stop at an odd number and I'm going to stop before the stitch marker. In the written pattern, you're going to stop exactly where I tell you to. You've already marked the exact stitch with a stitch marker. Now let's continue with the second row of the neck. Chain 4 and then turn your work. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have come to the mesh rows. Skip the first stitch, skip the second stitch and in the next or the third stitch, we're going to make a double crochet. We're going to chain 1. Skip the next stitch and make a double crochet in the next stitch. We already know how to do this. This is like row 5. We're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, make a double crochet in the next stitch. Continue till the very last stitch and I will meet you there. Row 3 of the neck, chain 4 and turn. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is like row 6 of the mesh panel that we had made. Now we are going to make a double crochet in this next double crochet. Then we are going to chain 1, make a double crochet in the next double crochet. Continue till the end of the row and I will meet you there. So I've reached the end of row 3 and just like row 6 of the panel here, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to double crochet in the third chain of the chain 4. And this is the end of this row. Now we're going to repeat this third row 2 more times so that we have 4 mesh rows in all. So I will meet you once we have 4 mesh rows in all. So now I have 4 mesh rows and I just want to show you what my panel looks like currently. So this is the front and our back. If we fold it like this is the front, this is the back, and this is just for the back. At the top here is our neck. So now let's continue with making the second side, the front and the back panel. But before that, we're just going to make one more single crochet row. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, make a single crochet in the first double crochet, single crochet in the space, single crochet in the next double crochet, single crochet in the space. Continue making a single crochet in all the double crochets and the spaces till the end here. Here we will make a single crochet in the double crochet, single crochet in the space, and then single crochet in the third chain. I will meet you once we finish the single crochet row. The neck is the same for all the sizes. So at this point, I'm just going to add a stitch marker here so I don't lose this end, and we're going to leave this yarn as it is. We're going to get a new piece of yarn and we're going to attach it at this end and chain till we reach the bottom of this front panel. So basically, we are chaining for this second front panel here. Once we chain, we'll continue working from this end again, work across this and then start working in the chains. So if you have the written pattern, I tell you exactly how much to chain for all sizes. If you don't, I'm still going to tell you how much to chain. So you're going to count the number of stitches here. So once you have the number of stitches here, subtract it from the stitches in row 1. I have 29 stitches in row 1 for this small sample. 29 minus 13 is equal to 16. I will chain 16. So this is me from the future. I forgot to tell you to increase your hook size to 7 when you make this chain because you want a very loose tension or the chain is going to cause this to turn like this. So you want a loose chain when you are making your ruana, and I have made mine with a 7mm hook for my large ruana. So we're going to leave this yarn as it is. We will continue with it later. I'm just going to turn my work and then at the side of this very last single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook below 2 loops like this. Then I'm going to bring the new yarn in a loop form. So this is my new yarn. Catch it on the hook and pull it through. And now I'm going to chain the number that I just calculated. I will chain 16. Continue till you have your number. So once we finish our whole chain, we're going to leave a long tail, cut the yarn and then pull out a loop. So we have fastened off. So now that we have made the chain, we can work across from the back panel to the front panel. I'm just going to remove my stitch marker. I'm going to insert my hook in this loop and then I'm going to chain 1. We're going to make a puff row now. So we're going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch in this first stitch. Skip the next stitch, make a single crochet and a puff stitch in the next stitch. So continue till you reach the chain here and I'll tell you what to do. So I have made a single crochet and puff stitch here. I'm going to skip the next stitch and this is the last stitch of my neck. I'm going to insert my hook, make a single crochet and a puff stitch. So we don't make only a single crochet, we are also making a puff stitch. And now we have come to this chain. So we're going to skip the first chain and in the next chain just insert your hook and make a single crochet and a puff stitch. So we're just continuing the same pattern but in the chain. Skip the next chain. In the next chain, make a single crochet and a puff stitch. So continue till the last chain and I will meet you there. We're going to end with a single crochet. So I've finished making all the single crochet and puff stitches and I have ended with a single crochet in the last chain. Now we're going to chain one and then turn our work. After we turn, we're going to start the second puff stitch row. So we already know how to work this row. We're going to begin with a single crochet and a puff stitch. 2, 3. Skip the next stitch. In the next stitch, single crochet and puff stitch. Continue till the last stitch and we're going to end with a single crochet in the last stitch. So I will meet you at the end of this row. So now I've finished my second puff row and we can always see the right side because we have marked it with a stitch marker. We're going to push all our puff stitches to the right side. Once we do that, we're going to continue with the rest of the rows. After the 2 puff rows, we're going to make a single crochet row. Chain 1, turn your work, make a single crochet in the first stitch and single crochet in all the stitches till the end of the row and I will meet you once we finish. So I've made the single crochet row and now we are going to make our very first mesh row. We're going to chain 4 and then turn our work. We're not going to work into the first single crochet, not going to work into the second. In the third one, we will make a double crochet. Chain 1, skip this next single crochet and in the next single crochet, we will make a double crochet. Chain 1, skip the next single crochet, in the next single crochet, make a double crochet. So we already know how to do this and I will meet you at the end of this mesh row. So I have made the first mesh row. Now we are just going to continue repeating the mesh rows the same number of times as this first side of the ruana. So if you have made 12 rows like me, you will make 12 rows of mesh here. Just count the number of rows that you have made and make the same number here. So I'll meet you once you finish all your mesh rows. After the last mesh row, you will make a single crochet row, then you will make 2 puff rows and then a single crochet row. So this single crochet row, you're going to make all across till the end here. For this single crochet row, we just went halfway because we wanted to make the neck, but in this panel, you're just going to make the very last single crochet row all across both the front and the back. So just to recap, you're going to make the mesh rows, make a single crochet row, 2 puff rows and then a very last single crochet row that is going to be from the back to the front or the front to the back. It's going to be complete. So I'm not going to be completing all the rows of the second panel on this baby ruana. This is already a very long video. So once we finish till the very last single crochet row and we make the last single crochet row, we're just going to fasten off, cut the yarn and then pull out a loop. And we're going to weave all the extra tail ends in. So I know my ruana looks a little bit funny, but I wanted to show you the whole picture. Instead of on camera, I wouldn't be able to show you the whole ruana. So this is what the whole ruana looks like. Just assume that this panel is complete because yours will be complete. If you fold it, your ruana will look like this. Obviously, it will look much more proportionate than this. So now we are going to add a border for this ruana. I didn't want to add a border to this side here and to this side here because both the sides have a single crochet row at the end. They do not need a border. Add a border only for the front and the back. Now if you want, you can obviously start the border at one end and then continue all around and then end at the same end. But I am just going to make a border for the front, then fasten off and then for the back. So let's do this together. So this is the front of my ruana with the right side facing up, right, like this. I'm just going to attach the yarn at the bottom here. If I wear this, this is my right panel. So at the bottom of the right panel, I'm going to attach the yarn here and then start making single crochet like this. Then go upwards like this, go across the neck, go downwards, go across and stop here. Going to attach the yarn here at the bottom here at the end of this chain. So I'm going to insert my hook into the last chain here, catch the new yarn in a loop form and pull it through. Now I'm going to chain 1 single crochet in the same chain. Just insert your hook into the same chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both. Now I'm going to go to the next row and make a single crochet at the side of it. So this is a single crochet at the side of the puff row. Single crochet at the side of the next puff row. Single crochet at the side of the single crochet row. So if you want, you can add 1 extra single crochet at the side of the puff rows so that there are 3 in all. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add 1 single crochet at the side of all these rows. And now when I reach the mesh rows, I'm going to add 2 single crochet at the side of every row. So 1 and then 2. 1 and then 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now when I reach the single crochet row, I'm going to make 1 single crochet. Then when I reach the puff row, make 1 single crochet in the next puff row, 1 single crochet. And now I have reached the corner stitch or the last single crochet row, and I'm going to make 3 single crochets here. So just insert your hook into the single crochet and make 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Because this is our corner stitch, we are going to make 3 single crochet in it. And now we are going to make 1 single crochet till we reach this corner here. So 1 single crochet in every stitch. So now we have stitches to work into, and we are just going to continue making 1 single crochet in every stitch till we reach the neck. So you can see that I have reached the neck now, made a single crochet in the last stitch. And now I have this single crochet row. So I'm not going to work into this single crochet row. I'm just going to jump to the mesh row and make 2 single crochets in it. So 2 single crochets in all the mesh rows. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, oops, and 2. After these 2 single crochets in this last mesh row, I'm going to skip the single crochet row and just jump to the chains that we see here and start from the first chain, make a single crochet till we reach the bottom here. Here we will make 3 single crochet at this end, then single crochet across, and we're going to end at the last row here. So yours will be a single crochet row. I have not completed this side, so we're going to end at a single crochet row with the last single crochet. So once you make the very last single crochet, you're going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. So once we finish the border, we are just going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. So we have finished the border for the entire front. So the back border, I'm just going to tell you what to do. It's very easy, and also I don't have a complete back panel, so I can't show you exactly. So you have this last single crochet row. I have not completed mine, but you are going to have a single crochet row. So insert your hook into the last single crochet, catch the yarn in loop form, pull it through, chain 1 and single crochet in this first stitch. Just like the front panel, you're going to attach the yarn, make a chain 1 and single crochet. Then you're going to make 1 single crochet at the side of every row till the mesh rows. In the mesh rows, you're going to make 2 single crochets at the side of every row. Then you're going to make 1 single crochet at the side of the single crochet and puff rows, and so on till you reach the end of the back panel. So I will meet you once you finish. At the end, you're going to fasten off and weave in the tail end. These are the 2 types of pockets that I have designed for this ruana. So one has 2 rows of puff stitches that run vertically, and one has 1 horizontal row of puff stitches. So the written pattern has both in detail. For today's video, we're going to make this one, and I'll just explain in short how to make this second one. So let's start making this pocket now. I've already made one and I'm going to make the second one with you. Begin with a slip knot. We can make this however we want. And now we are going to chain 18. Yarn over and pull through 1. Yarn over and pull through 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Let's go to row 1. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So this is the second chain, make a single crochet. Single crochet in all the chains. We're going to have 17 single crochet at the end of row 1. Stitch count is going to remain the same for the whole pocket. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work for row 2. yarn over and pull through and turn your work. In row 2 also we are going to make single crochet, loop on the hook, knot a stitch. This is a chain 1 knot a stitch. In the first single crochet, insert your hook, make a single crochet and make a single crochet in all the single crochets till the end of the row. Go below both the loops of the V. So I will meet you once we finish. So I've just finished making row 2. So now we are just going to repeat row 2 for pattern till we have 15 rows in all. So you've made 1 row, we have made 2 rows. Make 13 more single crochet rows or just repeat row 2 and I will meet you once you have 15 in all, counting this very first 1, 2, 3, 4 till you have 15. So I've finished making 15 single crochet rows. Now we are going to make 2 puff rows. Row 16 is a puff row, chain 1 and then turn our work. So this is exactly like the Ruana the puff rows. In the first stitch we are going to make a single crochet and then a puff stitch. Then we are going to skip the next stitch. In the next stitch we are going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch. Continue in the same way till the end of the row and we are going to end with a single crochet. So I've ended with a single crochet in the last stitch. Row 17, chain 1, turn your work, make a single crochet and puff stitch in the first stitch, 2, 3. Skip the next stitch. In the next stitch we are going to make a single crochet and a puff stitch. Skip the next stitch. In the next stitch we will make a single crochet and a puff stitch. Continue till the last stitch, end with a single crochet in the last stitch. I will meet you there. So when the slip knot is at the bottom left, this is the right side of our pocket. We're just going to push all the puff stitches to the right side of our pocket. Let's go to the next row. We're going to chain 1 and then turn our work. So this is a single crochet row. Row 18, single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the next and continue single crochet till the end of this row. Row 19 is also a single crochet row. So I'll meet you once we finish both these single crochet rows, row 18 and row 19. So I've finished making my 2 single crochet rows. When the slip knot is at the bottom left, this is the right side of our pocket. So I've finished at this end here. Now we are going to make a border for our pocket. So I'm going to make a single crochet border. We're going to go in this direction, downwards first, then across, then upwards and then across again and end here. So I'm going to turn my pocket like this and start the border here. Chain 1, single crochet at the side of this first single crochet row. Single crochet at the side of the next row. Single crochet at the side of the next row, which is a puff row. Single crochet at the side of the next row, which is also a puff row. Single crochet at the side of the next row, a single crochet row. Single crochet at the side of all the single crochet rows till the end. So I will meet you at the corner stitch. So I've reached the end of this side and in this last row, at the side of this last row, I'm going to make 3 single crochet. 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to start working into this bottom chain. So insert your hook into this first chain, make a single crochet. Insert your hook into the next chain, make a single crochet. So if you lift up the chains, you will see a small gap and this is where I'm working. So continue till you reach the next end here. I have reached the corner stitch and in this stitch, I'm going to make 3 single crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Turn your work and at the side of the next row, make 1 single crochet. At the side of the next row, 1 single crochet and continue across till the next corner stitch. I will meet you here. So at the end of this side, in the last row, I'm going to make 1 single crochet and then in this very first single crochet on top, I'm going to make 3 single crochet. So this is going to be my corner stitch. 1, 2, 3. And now in this next single crochet, I'm going to make 1 single crochet. In the next, I'm going to make 1 single crochet. Continue making 1 single crochet till you reach the end and I will meet you there. So I've made a single crochet in the very last single crochet and now this is where I've made my first single crochet. So in the same space, I'm going to make 2 more single crochet. 1 and 2. And now I'm going to join by a slip stitch to the very first single crochet of the round. So this is my very first single crochet. I'm going to insert my hook below both the loops of the we yarn over and then pull through the loop on the hook. Then I'm going to leave so now I'm going to leave a very long tail about 36 to 40 inches and then cut it. We're going to use this tail to sew the pocket on, so we want it to be very long. After we cut it, we're just going to pull out a loop by tugging on our hook. Just pull this out. And now we are ready to attach our pocket. Make the second one and you can attach both. For just 1 second, I want to talk about the second pocket and how to make it. So we make this pocket sideways. I make 4 single crochet rows first, then 2 puff stitch rows, then 2 single crochet rows, then 2 puff stitch rows and then 4 single crochet rows. When we finish, we continue with the same yarn and single crochet all around. Once we reach here, we fasten off and our pocket is ready to attach. So if you want to make this version, you can make this version also. This is my mini ruana and I'm going to show you how we will attach the fringes on this. So we're going to attach the fringes at the bottom of the front panels, this one and this complete one, and the bottom of the back panel. So we will attach fringes at this bottom here, and the bottom of the back panel here. So to make the fringes, we are going to take 3 strands of yarn that are about 13 inches in length. So I also have a short video on how to cut the fringes fast, so you can have a look at that. Otherwise you can cut them however you want. We're taking 3 strands that are 13 inches each. Fold these fringes in half so that they form a loop on top here. Now let's bring our ruana. I'm going to attach the fringe starting on this end here. So this is the right side of my ruana. So I'm going to insert my hook in the last corner single crochet that I see from the wrong side to the right side like this. So this is my wrong side and I have inserted it like this so that the hook comes out on the right side. Then I'm going to catch these 3 loops on my hook like this. I'm going to pull it through and I'm going to pull out a slightly longer loop. We're going to yarn over with all these 6 strands and we're going to pull through this loop. And now once we do that, we are going to tug to tighten. And this is how we attach the fringe. Let me do one more with you. I'm going to bring 3 strands of yarn, fold them in half. After the first fringe, I'm going to skip 2 single crochet and in the next single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook again, catch the 3 fringes, pull them through, yarn over again with all the 6 strands and pull them through this loop. And now we are going to tug to tighten. So this is how we attach the fringe. You will continue. I'm skipping 2 single crochet between the fringe. You can decide how far apart or how near you want your fringes to be. Because this is a thick yarn, it seems to me that 2 stitches is fine. Now we are going to attach the pocket. So I've already pinned the pocket on. I'm just going to tell you how to do this. So you can decide how much space you want to leave from this end and from this end, and then just pin the pocket on. So you want to make sure of 2 things, that you leave the same number of these spaces so that you know that you're attaching the pocket straight. So if I've left 5 spaces here, I'm also going to leave 5 spaces here. And the same for this. If I've left 2 mesh stitch rows here, I will do the same for this side. So you just want to make sure that the pocket is evenly placed. Attach all 4 sides with a stitch marker. You can take extra stitch markers and also pin the center of the sides if you want. With this tail end that we had left behind, I'm going to take my tapestry needle and I'm going to start closing from this end here. Go downwards like this, go across like this, go upwards like this. The top of the pocket will remain open. I'm going to use the in and out or running stitch. So I'm going to turn my work sideways while attaching the pocket. So it's easy for me to attach it, and let me show you how I'm doing it. So I'm just going to take my needle. I've already pushed the yarn to the wrong side of my pocket and I'm just going to insert it into the ruana. Tug on the yarn. So I'm no expert at sewing, but this is how I do it. If you have a better idea, you can do it however you want. So now we are going to push the yarn first through the ruana and then through the pocket. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to tug on the needle. because the ruana is made up of mesh stitches, you want to make sure that you go through the ruana and the pocket. So now I'm just going to go in the next stitch like this and into the ruana. Tug on the yarn again. And now we're going to go through the ruana and then through the pocket. Tug on the needle. So on the ruana, we can leave slightly larger gaps, but on the pocket, we don't want to leave the large gaps because they will show. So suppose I insert my needle here like this, a large loop will show on the front. So we always want to go into the next stitch and then insert our needle to the back. So continue in the same way till you reach this end. Once you reach this end, you will turn around, go upwards till you reach the end here. Once we reach here, we will weave the tail end in. So I'll meet you once you finish attaching the whole pocket. So now I've finished attaching the whole pocket on all three sides except the top. So I'm just going to push the yarn to the wrong side and we're going to weave in this tail end on the wrong side. So we're just going to go 3 to 4 times in the opposite direction with this yarn. And once we have weaved this tail end in, we'll just take a scissor and then cut it off. If you want to close your sides or sew the sides shut, I want to show you how to do it. So this is just a mini sample of the ruana and this is the right side. So this is the right side of the back. If we open it up, this is what it looks like, the right side of the front and the back. We are going to fold our ruana first so that the wrong side faces up. On both sides, we want to see the wrong side. So the wrong side here and the wrong side here. Now we are going to take 2 stitch markers and mark our armhole and slit. So at the top, we'll have our armhole. Then we will sew this part shut and at the bottom, we will have our slit. So you can decide how big you want your armhole and how big you want your slit. For a medium size, I am making a 9.5 inch armhole measuring from the top. I'm going to add a stitch marker here at 9.5 inches. And for the slit at the bottom also, I'm adding my stitch marker at 9.5 inches. So this is 9.5 inches. Now let me show you on the ruana itself. So this is the side of my ruana, the back and the front panels. And this is the wrong side. And I'm going to close between these 2 stitch markers. So from the bottom for the slit, I have measured 9.5 inches and added a stitch marker. And from the top also for the armhole, I have measured about 9.5 inches. It may be a little more or less depending on how you want your armhole to fit. So you can decide by adding a stitch marker and then you will just wear it and check. So you can check the slit also and the armhole fit also. So I'm going to start closing from this end here till we reach the stitch marker here. So if you want, you can count the stitches from the bottom till the stitch marker on these 2 sides and make sure that you've added the stitch marker at the same stitch. Same count from the bottom till you reach the next stitch marker. So this side and the other side are the same. So now I'm going to start sewing. I'm going to insert my needle into this very last stitch with the stitch marker, pull on it, and then I'm going to tie a small knot. And now we're going to continue sewing upwards. So when we are closing, on one side we have chains and on the other side we have stitches. The one with the stitches is very easy to close. So I'm doing the one with the chains with you. So we insert our needle below both the loops of the chain on this side and on this side. Then tug on the needle. Now we'll do that for the next chain, this side and this side. Tug on the needle. The next chain, this side and this side. So in the same way, we're going to continue closing till we reach our next stitch marker and I'm going to meet you there. So I've finished closing from the first stitch marker up till the second stitch marker. And now I'm just going to go one extra time. And then we can just weave the tail end in. go 3 to 4 times in the opposite direction with it. If you remove the stitch marker, it will be slightly easy to do. Once you're sure this yarn is firmly weaved in, you just take a scissor and then cut it off. Weave in any remaining tail end and your Rosebud Ruana is now ready to wear. So you can decide what combinations you want, whether you want to seam the sides, whether you want to add pockets, whether you want to add fringes. It's all up to you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy crocheting this Ruana. Please don't forget to join my email list to get all the updates for the releases of new patterns. And if you're interested, you can also check out my channel for designers where I explain how I designed this Ruana, all the steps. The link is in the description box below. See you next time.